finishing up the last two, you can see this one's going to be kind of monstrous. Again, we have to drop all the parentheses so everything is out in the open and is free to mingle and combine with like terms. So the -3 needs to get distributed, as does the 4. That will give you 2 minus 3 times, so again, also be careful of this. The sign of this 3 is negative. So a -3 is being distributed to this and to this. So -3 times -2 is what's happening here, and then -3 times 6z is what's happening there. So it will be 2 minus 2 times 3 is 6, minus 3 times 6 is 18z. On the right hand side, the 4 goes through, you get 4z plus 4 plus 18. Now combining your like terms, 2 minus 6 is -4, minus 18z on the left equals on the right 4z plus 22. Now you need to move all the z's to one side and all the constants to the other. So let us add 4 to both sides to get rid of this constant on this side, and simultaneously subtract 4z, and then let's look at the fallout. -4 plus 4 is 0. You don't write it. This will give you a -22z. 4z minus 4z is 0. 22 plus 4 is 26. So you now have that -22z is equal to 26. Divide by -22. And many of you stopped here on the first quiz. You didn't simplify your fractions. You didn't reduce them. Is there a number that divides evenly into 26 and 22? The answer is yes, 2. 26 divided by 2 is 13. 22 divided by 2 is 11. And a positive number divided by a negative number is a negative number. So z equals -13 over 11. So now on to our very last example in this section, which is the hardest one out of all of them. We have this 1/4 in front and a 2/3 in front, and neither one of them are terribly pleasant to work with. So can we think of a number that we can multiply this entire equation through by that will eliminate the 4 and the 3? It needs to be a number that both 4 and 3 divide into evenly. So how about 12? When we do this, everything will get multiplied by the 12. I'm going to really write it completely out. We have 12 times 1/4 times x plus 3 minus 12 times 2/3 times x plus 1. I'm just inserting the 12 in front of all the signs. I'm going to run out of space. Equals 12 times -2. So then back to on the left side. We're going to combine this fraction, and we're going to combine that fraction before we do anything. What is 12 times 1/4? 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 12 3 times. So you have 3 times x plus 3 minus. You have 12 over 1. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 12 4 times. But now look at what you have. You actually have 4 times 2, which is 8, over 1 times 1. So you have 8 over 1, which is really 8 times x plus 1. On the right, 12 times -2 is -24. Now distribute the 3 through and the -8 through to expand the parentheses and remove them. You get 3x plus 9 minus 8x minus 8 is -24. 3x minus 8x is -5x. 9 minus 8 is plus 1. Subtract 1 on both sides. Divide both sides by -5. And you get that x is positive 5.